What is money? Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin in Tucson, Arizona. Thanks for joining me today as we talk about money, which is, of course, what we like when we collect coins. But really, this gets into deeper financial questions and theories, if you will, about coins, currency, paper money, debt products, IOUs, Venmo, Zelle, Apple Pay. What are we talking about right now, guys? I was thinking about this after attending a coin show and just talking to people about the price of gold and silver and, dollar bills and paper currency and what have you. And I got thinking about it again later because it seems like no matter what form of payment I want to give to somebody, whether it's Zelle or Venmo or Apple Pay, they don't have the one I have, right? I mean, it's always something different. And it got me thinking about early US and the colonial time period and what it was like having all this money floating around and who took it and who didn't, right? So, in the colonies, we had floating around Spanish coins, coins from Spain and from South America both, which were both under Spanish rule. British coins, so sing a song of sixpence, right? And then at the same time, we had Scandinavian countries that had their currency floating around, including the French, who are not Scandinavian, but I'm moving on to another country here. There was Soo's floating around, and so people would spend lots of different coin. Now, what was important at the time was probably whether the coin was copper or silver, and how it was exchanged, I don't exactly know. I'm certain that there are some people that didn't take certain coins and currency. In fact, that much I know is a fact, that they would just pass on it. They'd say something to the effect of, no, we don't take that currency here, we only take the other currency. Just like I might take Apple Pay, but I might not take Zelle, like who knows? So, of course, the slight difference here is that technically Apple Pay and Zelle and Venmo are denominated in dollars. So it's a trading point for dollars, as in not physical dollar bills, but as in the currency. But even in colonial times, when you get past your interesting parties that you run into with different denominations, now you're running into different colonies with their own currency. So the different colonies were producing their own currency. And if you look in the back of the book on U.S. colonial currency, you'll see that there's all these different exchange rates from one banknote to the other. Some of them were pretty close to on par, usually those that were physically near each other, and others not so much. And so it's pretty interesting to me that things are almost full circle with, well, I don't take that currency, I take this one. But out of that, what was somewhat chaotic, where you've had, I won't take Vermont's bills, I only want New Hampshire bills, right? Out of that is born Continental currency, which all circulated at the same time as the other colonial currency, but they needed money to say, hey, this is our money. We're going to use this, guys, so everybody please take this, which they didn't always take. Now, mind you, there's an expression which some of you know and many of you don't, and the expression is, it's not worth a Continental. And the expression was said because it was referring to Continental currency and how Continental currency didn't become worth anything. It became worthless. And so where are we today with the US dollar? Well, I don't know, because it's so weird to me with the electronic payment formats that we have nowadays, where people, I think pretty soon you can just think about money and it'll disappear. I mean, that happens for me a lot, right? So what's it going to be like in the future? And now you've got plenty of people who they like cryptocurrency over, physical assets or what have you. And it's just kind of a wild, wild world. And I don't know what's coming next, but you have to think at the time of the colonies, not everybody wanted paper money, And then you get to post-Civil War, where the average person wanted paper money. They didn't want bullion. They didn't want coin. They wanted fiat. That was the farmers that wanted fiat, and the banks wanted gold and silver. And an entire political campaign system grew up out of that for a while, called the Green Party, the OG Green Party, right? The OG Green Party were people that they wanted the greenbacks. So it was actually the Greenback Party, not the Green Party, but you get the idea. So, it's just wild, right? So what are we going to be spending on next? By the way, this is where, and I don't push bullion much, or I don't even really push coins. I push collecting and the history and the fun and the beauty. But the reality is that whether someone is sending you imaginary currency that is like unicorn dust farts or whatever it's called, or they're sending you a Zelle or a Venmo, you never saw anything. It's just a dot on a screen. But you know what you can hold? You can hold coins. You can hold old currency. You can hold bullion. And I'm not an either or guy on any of these things. It's like I enjoy collecting. I think it's cool, and God willing, we'll have collectible coins for a long, long time, So, but all of these things, these physical assets, are things that have value. And in America, we consume and consume and consume. Whether we're taking in pesos or US dollars or Canadian dollars, whatever we're trading in, once it goes into Zelle or Venmo, I don't know, and then it comes back around, we get to hold our coins and our wealth really in our hands. And so at the end of the day, which is an expression I am sure going to try to get rid of by the end of 2025. But at the end of the day, physical assets have value. Paper is only fiat. It only represents something else. So your Apple Pay, your cryptocurrency, all of that is fiat. It represents something else. So I don't know. I'm not really here to push anything on you. I just want you to think about some things, and you guys can all come to your own conclusions. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.